saying like they couldn't answer like any states, name 3 countries. Like their geography fucking sucks.
Nah, bro, but the thing with those videos is, bro, you can interview 100 people and 95, not even 95, let's do 80 people give you the correct fucking answer. You don't even
To what?
To the question. You just picking the 20
question?
like, okay, name 3 countries in Africa. And people gonna be like, wait, Africa isn't a country? Like you're interviewing to find those dumb motherfuckers. You're not interviewing for answers, for correct answers. So you're gonna keep going until you find the 7 dumbest people on the street.
Heard.
That's the thing that is they never show you a correct answer. There's no way, bruh, because they gonna run into niggas like us who gonna answer everything correct. They're gonna be like, all right, get the fuck out of here.
Well,
this doesn't make good content.
There was one.
The camera
where
gonna put the camera down.
Yeah.
They did that shit, but like it was at like a Harvard campus.
Uh-huh.
So you would think
Probably
that
during orientation.
none of them motherfuckers.
Probably during orientation.
They pulled up during orientation.
I'm saying probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this nigga Nuveaux was there, of course.
But even still, if you got into Harvard, you still have some type of, you know what I mean, before getting into there.
I feel like a lot
You
of
don't
what
learn
happens in
fucking
Harvard,
the 3 countries in Africa in Harvard.
You don't. You learn it in fucking like general education, which
How
sucks.
hard is Harvard's admissions really?
It's really like standing out from the rest. I don't think it's like academics. You have to like do academic sports and then like school activity after that, and then you
I
gotta
don't
be
know.
outstanding.
I'm pretty sure.
Like
Okay,
it's a whole.
okay.
Shut the
All
fuck
right.
up. Don't say you could have got into Harvard.
That's not what I was about to say.
That's exactly
That's not what I was about to say. I thought that and I was like, nah, I probably wouldn't. Once he said that, I was like, oh, I probably wouldn't have.
What was your weighted GPA?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No, bro. That was almost 10 years ago.
I remember my shit.
That's crazy. I do not.
My shit was 3.7, I think. No, 4.0.
No, 4, yeah.
Yeah,
Guys,
4.0.
We were definitely in the 4s. I don't know.
Yeah,
I remember the GPA I graduated college with.
What was that?
3.97.
I'm not gonna lie, college is easier than high school.
I found that out.
It depends the type of person you are. Because we're people who have discipline, college is easier than high school.
I have bare bones discipline. I have bare minimum to like my willpower is my discipline. And college is a fucking breeze.
He was 30 minutes late today.
No, there's reasons.
He was late.
20 minutes.
For the record, he was late.
Which is a big difference from 30. 30 is like just belligerent, just negligent. 20 minutes like, okay, something happened. What's up with that?
Wait, no, what happened though?
I had to return books.
Oh. You couldn't do that later in the day?
Shout out to the faculty staff. I mean, okay. I left class not at the best time, and then I had to go find it, and then I had to do the whole process.
So you went to class today?
Yeah.
There's also a round of applause in the background too.
For those who don't know, he skips class to do the podcast.
I don't. No, those 2 reasons are unrelated. I skip class, and then I just get to go straight to the podcast.
I would have done it regardless.
That's what he's please. I keep my things very compartmentalized.
Unrelated.
Discipline.
But it's like that. It's like you have school, you wake up, and you go. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do.
You have discipline. He does not have discipline.
I have discipline because I wouldn't like do things that I have
hard.
some. I'll say that.
Yeah, exactly.
You
know what? Well, real quick, rather than disciplines, we have our priorities straight. I'll say it like that.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
Discipline is such a.
Discipline is one thing. Not that we're, but also we have our priorities straight. Like we understand what matters.
Yes.
Okay.
So whatever. Yeah, but go ahead.
All right. So that being said,
Yeah.
welcome to Eavesdrop, the best conversation you'll ever listening on. I'm Chris.
I'm Esper.
I'm Nuveaux.
We got Freaky T in the back. On the
yes.
board.
He like forgets he's like.
We got Freaky T.
Yes. I'm actually wearing the African outfit that you guys are actually bringing it up. Funny enough,
No one
I
said
actually
anything
think-
about Africa.
Literally?
3 countries in Africa. See, this is a sample size right here.
I was like, this
people-
nigga just said since you brought it up.
I'm wearing like the African
what
shirt
am I
too,
wearing,
and I was
you
like,
say?
I guess I gotta say something. Yes, I am Tanny.
Oh, the name drop. All right. So
Feeling powered.
we're not backtracking now. We got the name drop. Okay.
His name is Tanny, you guys.
Yeah.
I got a question.
All right.
When you first introduce yourself to someone, like when you first meet someone, you're coming around them, maybe like work or in a social setting, like what's your demeanor? Like what's your like default demeanor people meet you at?
Obnoxiously happy.
Really?
Hey, how are you? How you doing?
Yes.
No.
That's literally me.
That's him.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
So a
what's up, bro?
stranger.
And I just try to like get you like just to not try to get you to like me, but like try to get like you comfortable around me as soon as possible.
I think
so
the
that I can
word
start
for
ranking
that,
on your ass.
the word for that is rapport, and you definitely need rapport before you start ranking on someone. I'm not gonna lie, me and you, the way we got close was roasting each other.
Yeah, and PE. I don't know. You guys know the
Mr.
stigma
Lebo?
of Haitians.
I never knew it was a stigma until I met this nigga, bro.
What's the
I
stigma?
never knew it was a fucking even stereotype until I met this nigga.
That's
He
the
was-
stigma?
crazy.
that Haitians eat cats.
There's so many.
So like,
There's
so like
many.
at PE, at PE, going back from like, and it wasn't just me. I was in a group, so I was an associate. It doesn't make me feel any better, but I'm just letting you know. There was a whole group of people doing this.
Like, no, we were all. Don't worry, we were all racist. It's okay, it wasn't just me. We
This
were
nigga
all-
would have been
I'd do
Nazi.
I'd be like meow, trying to get his attention.
Oh my god! Oh
But
my
yeah,
god!
it was like,
Wow.
yeah, that was.
No, Chris, no. We've been past this. Like this is cemented.
No,
in-
it's funny. It's funny. It's funny. I'm not offended at all. It's funny.
But yeah, no. Well, I try to get you as comfortable for that.
Did
You know what I mean?
I'm like,
No, I think he's saying generally, like that's his
Yeah,
goal.
Okay.
Then I probably
Before
just,
that, okay, I thought-
I just bullied you.
okay.
But now
not speaking past tense. All right.
I get you comfortable so I can bully you. There's a difference.
Right. Okay. I like the approach. I see how you working that. All right. That's so odd. I'm like I think I was that way a while ago, maybe like a few years ago. But like the more I started to meet people and the more I like got like the feedback of how they maneuver from my own actions, I realized I was like I should probably like not like mute myself, but like tone down everything about myself and be like super casual. I mean like almost fucking stasis when I meet someone. So like you're not gonna see how I act. You're not gonna see how I joke. You're gonna see me be very serious, maybe. And if it's like a social situation, I can like strike up a conversation.
Does that work to your benefit, or like why do you do it?
Because what I learned is that if you have that jolly, or in my experience, whenever I put on my jolly self outwardly, it can become very misleading front to people from my whole personality. It's like, oh, this person's always like this. And so whatever kind of like interactions I engage with, however I act with this person, they're going to be like this. And that's not the case. Because sometimes motherfuckers be having you bent. And I need you to know that like I can be, I'm not going to say cold, but like at least cordially. At least you're going to meet me cordial. So that you'll know like, all right, it's very neutral.
So I'm still. The purpose of this is.
He just said it because people when he was presenting himself that way, people were thinking that's how he always is. That's how he's always going to be. That they were taking that as his whole personality.
Became very one-dimensional.
Okay, so but what? Sorry, I worded that wrong. What is the benefit of that? Like,
You
Gives him more flexibility.
It also like garners instant like respect because people don't see like they kind of like feel your boundaries from afar. That's something I realized. And it also lets you like develop more organically relationships with people. So like they'll see like, oh, we had this interaction and like he was completely different. It's like, okay, cool. Like, yo, you develop more authentically with people, I feel, when you start from like a neutral standpoint rather than like presenting as this front and then like maybe it's not something that you always want to be putting the foot forward and to engage in like that way of being, It's like, what if I come in one day and like I don't feel like talking? Then it's like,
Yeah, I understand that.
okay,
Yeah, it's so interesting the things that you think deeply about in interpersonal relationships differ, like from what I think about. Because like what you just expressed there, like is not something at all that I consider. And then I know there are times where I'll say something and you're like, "What? I never thought about that." But I definitely feel what you're saying there. Because like certain plays, like at work, if I come in and there's a day I don't really feel like talking, like they're like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "No, I'm good, perfectly fine. I'm just not in a talkative mood." But because I've established myself as that person. It's like, so then it's like I'm kind of just acting out how I normally am instead of actually feeling that way.
wait. How are you normally?
I'm talkative, outgoing, energetic,
Okay.
all that. But if ever I have a day, like I'm just more relaxed. I'm chilling. I don't really have anything on my mind to talk about. I don't have anything to say during our pre-shift meeting. People are like, "Are you okay?" I'll have like 3 different people. "Are you okay?" Yeah, perfectly fine. I'm good. just,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
That was something that always like, because most of the time I'm like on 150 and I'm like going crazy and everything. Then on the days where I do have chill days, everyone thinks there's something wrong with me. So I can kind of understand what you're saying there, but
Yeah.
I kind of, well, I'm not that I agree with what you do, but I like kind of in a way what you do. I mean, I'm generally, Tanny knows when I work, like it's always funny. I'm never like serious, or you know what I mean? Like it's, you can attest, like it's like I'm just funny, like it's, and I'm never in a bad mood per se. It's very rare that you'll catch me in a bad mood. But that's how I generally want people to like be around. Like I want people to feel comfortable around me, and it's not to please anyone. It's more so like I'm someone that listens to you. I'm someone you can come to with trust. You know what I mean? Like it's a more of like I want to be. I like having friends or people I can talk to and just have a good time with, especially at work. I don't want to be serious with anyone. Even my managers, I'm never serious with. Yeah. I talk shit into their face. You know what I mean? seriously. The other day, so food was taking a long time to get. I work at a restaurant, I'm a server. Food was taking a long time to come out, and my manager's in the window getting food out. And I go to one of my servers. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get her so mad right now. And I go to her. I'm like bitching, like da 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 da, being not serious at all. I'm like, you know, I'm fucking around with you. I don't care if the food comes out or not. I just wanted to make a point to X, Y, Z that I just fuck around too much.
That's jokes. That's funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd be cracking up if I was like in the background. That's like, if that's how you are, if that's how you're originally operating, then that's a really like demanding baseline to be at, because like, it's like Esther said, like the day that he wasn't feeling like that, it's like, yo, what's wrong?
I think we all kind of have to choose though, no? Like in the sense that you got to establish your baseline. And then if you have an off day, cool, but you also don't want people to kind of not know how to approach you. I don't know.
Yes, yeah, it's one of those things.
That's probably like one of the negatives of how.
I think yes, definitely. I'm not one to try to dictate people's actions or try to like influence too much of their actions, really. So if someone wants to kind of like form a relationship with me, then I'm not going to stop that from happening. I can even be the one to reach out and make the connections with people. Like I'm a talkative person. Don't get me wrong. I can be stoic when I first meet you, but like if we're around each other, I will be making first contact. Chances are most likely than not. So it's like, what I would find would happen is something as simple as like saying hi every day. So you come into a place, you say hi, you say hi, you say hi, you say hi. And some people, you say hi, they don't say anything back. They don't say anything back. And it's like, okay, all right, cool, whatever. And being the person that you are, or I am, you keep saying hi. But like after a certain point, it's like, why do you think that this is something that can be taken for granted? Like that kind of approach is my philosophy. Is like, okay, I can give that first bit of warm greetings, cordialness. What's the word for that? Decorum or something. I don't know. Yeah, but it's not. I don't want you to think that it's always going to come from my end as the first thing.
You see, and I don't want to have that type of malintent or whatever. I can go into my job right now and say what's up to everyone, and everyone will say hi back to me, and I feel like having that type of energy is good.
I can say the same thing. I will say, well, it's like whatever. I have one person where I was really close with them, and then now I'm not. And that person is the one person that like it's like literally like we agreed upon this, like not even hi, like so. And it's something that's visible. People can like literally like see, because we were really close, and now like we don't speak to each other like at all. And so like I want that range to be visible to people so that they can. I'm not saying like you take me seriously, but like I don't want people to have any misconceptions about the dimensionalities of my personality or the relationships that I can build with them. Someone I can like not talk to for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, when we're next to each other, like we were friends like we never stopped. And like that's visible as well. And so I just want like a full breadth, you know? A full width of my whole spectrum. And I don't want to like show that on the first hand, but I want to like be able to like flash colors as it goes and, you know, build it out.
When you get into the specifics, it sounds unnecessarily thorough, but when you sum it up like that, it's completely understandable what you're saying.
Tricky.
Yeah. Speaking of rapport and relationships with people in the workforce, do you find it hard or easy or indifferent when you try or you're making new friends in general?
Oh, I want to say easy, but the second thing that like the subtext for that is like, what is considered a friend at this point? Because like to me, you guys are like, I want to say, like the word I would naturally say is baseline definition of a friend, but that is like a very big understatement of the kind of like connection and level of the relationship that I feel with you guys.
I get what you're saying there, but it's also like different base, because that's something I think about a lot too, is like I know a lot of people, like I call a lot of people the homies because they're the homies, but then like when I think about friends, I have very few, like I can count them on my 2 fingers type of deal.
Your 2 fingers?
My 2, yeah.
He meant hands, ladies and gentlemen. He meant hands.
Just these 2. That's it. I can count them on my 2 fingers. Just these 2.
The arm toes.
But yeah, it's like people I would call friends. Like there's very few people I would call friends versus just like homies. I don't like using the word like acquaintances or associates. That's weird.
It's very
Those weird terms.
I don't think that's weird. Why is that weird?
Because I don't.
I feel
do
like
wear a suit to work.
you're not my
I was
friend.
gonna say because I don't wear a suit to work, nigga, but I do.
I was gonna say I don't want to like contextualize it in that kind of context,
Yeah.
but we're I guess in the kind of culture that we're around mostly, that's like an appropriate term for the kind of relationships you build with people.
Yeah, actually.
And
So
Now that you mention it.
hear me out. We're out on a like just an outing, and I see someone that I just work with and never hung out with them. Mm-hmm. They're not a homie.
That's your coworker.
Yeah, this is your coworker.
That's your coworker. That's your friend.
coworker.
That's your coworker. And
Why can't I say they're an associate?
you
Because they're not really an associate. An associate would, well, I mean, it's how you choose to use the word, but I feel like an associate is
someone you work like laterally with, but like not in like the same kind of like you're not doing the same thing, but you work like kind of across from this person, like towards one thing, which is like a coworker. But
I feel like an associate is like a step up from a coworker. Like everyone who works in your, like if you worked, if you had an office job, like I don't know.
An associate, an associate is like the person you can outsource. Like if you can like outsource some shit, that's to an associate. You don't outsource some shit to your coworker. You do it to like, let me refer you to my associate, and then boom. Like doctors
So
are
the guy that brung in tea, or
no, that was
the guy
a
that
coworker.
brings in the CO2 for the soda, that's an associate.
No, like marketing.
Marketing versus sales.
Marketing versus sales. That's associates. If you're still working towards
everyone in marketing is your coworker.
is your coworker.
See, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say right there. No.
I'm trying to reword it for me. Like make it dumb for me.
So
So, like-
people in your
Public defenders and lawyers, or same thing. Not same thing.
those are the same thing.
Not really, but because lawyer could be a prosecutor, but whatever. It's like
I think the market if they're-
stenographers and lawyers, defenders. That's your associate.
Is it stenographers?
Stenographers. They're people who like type away the
Oh, okay.
like that's an associate. Like coworker, sure, but like you're not always working in the same place at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
Okay. And okay, so back to the main point. Is it difficult for you, or
What?
how so we are, and we all know this, me and are part of like your closest group, friend group.
Yeah.
How hard is it for someone, or is it even possible for someone to get to our level?
So that's a cool question. I have so in college, I became friends with my homie Chris, whose name was also Chris. I lived with him for 3 years, and we had a great friendship, and also we were very compatible as roommates. We never lived, not roommates, housemates. We never lived just us two. There was always other people, but we always got along the best out of the two of us. And so I think living with someone for 3 years, you do get very close. And we were just so compatible. I do view him, it felt like he was like a brother in like a familial sense, genuinely. So I think that's one way. I am incredibly close to him. Every time I go to New York, I visit him, but he just moved back to Cali. And so that was one way that I got really close to someone in a quick period of time. And then also the homie Kev, I got close to very quickly as well, because he's someone I can do like business with. We're both like-minded. We mesh well in that aspect. And then also he's just like you guys, he's a great person who I can also just hang out with. So it's like we can work together and then also just hang out, and having that flexibility when in our industry, sometimes you're doing 12-hour days and you have something to do for this 3 hours, and then you have 2 hours to kill, and you're comfortable spending time. We just got very close very quickly, doing a lot of business together, fashion week together, modeling gigs together. I get him work, he gets me work.
They're like two peas in a pod. It's
yeah. Yeah, it's a very great symbiotic connection we have there. So it's possible, but highly unlikely, because I'm not looking for new people in my life. I have enough people I love and care about. Not to say that like it's a burden to love and care about people, but I have like
capacity. There's a capacity.
Like I'm at a good number now. I don't have enough time to see everyone now as it is, so I wouldn't want to add more people onto the list. And just there's I don't know where I would meet you and then have enough time for that to really quickly develop. Before, when I met Kev, I didn't have my full-time job. Now that I have my full-time job, my schedule is pretty booked. Like I get 2 free days a week type of deal. So it's possible, but yeah, just not likely. I'm not really looking.
Has there been like occasions or situations? It's kind of like alluding to like not really the situation I just described, but where you go down in a number of people you consider friends.
After high school,
like from like graduating high school and like not being in that place anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Like there are people that I used to talk to in high school that, we could. I mean, although we had class and stuff together, you know what now?
Like, were there people that you were on our level with who you're not anymore?
Yeah. Whereas one particular person, was on your level. That was on our level that I don't talk to anymore. Because it wasn't a significant drop, though. It wasn't like I went from 20 friends to 10.
Like, honey, it was a long time coming.
It was just, yeah. And then, you people make time. I go by people. If people want to see you, they'll make time for you. You know what I mean? It's never, when we make plans, it's never like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. Or it's always some type of, we make it happen. You know what I mean?
I don't know how we do it. For real, like how often it happens that like, I'm not saying like we're doing this every month or every like.
Well, it's on my to-do list for us to get together every month.
Yeah,
like more than just it's on my not my to-do list. It's on my goal list.
Okay, I was
for this year. Yeah, to-do list.
Discovered a propellant, like.
But on my goal list, for us to get together. And if one of us is missing, okay, cool. But just in general,
and I make it on top of that, I make it a goal to at least talk to you once every 2 weeks, once every
Yeah,
3
and I
weeks.
appreciate
You know
that
what
because
I
one
mean?
thing about me is I'm terrible at like reaching. I'm terrible at reaching out. Like I said in the was the very last episode, like I could go a month just myself. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at reaching out because there was never.
You know, I had a
You know?
problem with not a problem. I had a problem with my family doing that, and I get it. Like
What not contacting you?
Yeah,
Not contacting you. Okay.
because you guys, not that you guys are any less of my family.
Mm-hmm.
I understand you guys have your own family that you probably, you know what I mean, and you give all this attention to.
Honestly, no. I'm really in general. Like I don't even call my family that often.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a very big contention point with my like my mom is the one that's really communicative in my family. Everyone else is like they can chill. It's more like the female, I don't know how to use that word. More of the women in my family are the ones that like are emphatic about communicating, and like for the longest, like it's not something that really connects to me like that. I love talking to people, but like when the kind of like interactions just happens, but not, I won't like call you to just talk to you
Yeah.
for like the
Yeah.
sake of talking to you.
Exactly.
For the sake of talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only did that with my grandparents in college.
I didn't even know.
Yeah. That was the only time that like I was like, okay, boom, gotta make sure I speak to them because I'm away.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. I mean, and my mom, of course. But yeah, as far as reaching out just to, and like there are only a few people who can like really be like, yo, like you don't reach out enough. It's ironically you and my other friend Chris, because you two are the ones who call me just to have conversations. Like any other person who would complain about it, like it's not one-sided. It is one-sided with you and the other Chris, so I do feel bad about that. But that's why I always like make sure like when you call, I'm like, thank you for calling. I'm gonna try to be better. But it's just a fundamental part of who I am. I got so used to just being in my room for hours, and I'm not making excuses for myself because I know I should be doing better. But
I did the same thing.
It's just my
and
nature.
It turned out cataclysmically different. And yo, I went through like, this was in UCF. I was living alone for the first time in like ever, and I had gone some time without like significant social interaction. Like I mean, like you're going to class, you're talking to people there maybe, and then you go to like a club meeting, and then you just do like this group interaction, and then you go home, and then it's like radio silence aside from like your roommates. But like your roommates are your roommates. They can be your friends, but they're your roommates. You have people outside of that, you know?
Well,
life happens I feel like life happens outside of the home for at least that portion of your life.
To the point, real quick, that's why that connection I had with my housemate Chris was so special, because it wasn't just like, oh, you're just someone I live with. Like I knew him before, and so it was a true like,
it was like living with a friend, not becoming friends with the person you live with.
Exactly.
Yeah. That could definitely be a difference. And it had gotten to this point where I was really trying to like find social interactions. I had this roommate who was the fucking superstar of the whole campus. I mean, like, I can't put into words how much fucking weight this nigga's presence just had on campus. We went to a prep rally. That's a prep rally. I think it was a prep rally.
Damn.
What do they call it? I guess pregame? It's a pregame. Whatever happens before.
Yeah.
You just construed
I was like,
pregame with pep rally.
It's, I don't know what to call it.
No,
Call it-
but not a pre-game.
not
It's
a-
just where people link up at the crib and drink. You talking about like
Before-
It's a
Before-
pregame. It's like a pregame / tailgate /
oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So, literally just walking through where like the whole student body is, like this whole huge field. This nigga saying, brushing hands at every fucking tent. Everyone's like, yo. And it's like literally, it felt like I was in a sitcom called, his name was Dante and Friends. Like that's what it felt like. That's the shit. I was like,
You ain't getting no hoes from Dante, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I had
You
this.
fumbled. I know. You fumbled.
Did I tell you about that? I don't think I told you about that. Literally, I had that's actually one of my pet peeves. I don't like when people like tried to assist with me getting a romantic partner. Like,
It was not a romantic partner, brother, man. Wasn't gonna be no romancing.
Let me embezzle the word. Let me embellish the
Wasn't
words.
gonna be no romance. You told me, bro. You told me. I'm not gonna take away the story from. You told me. Okay, then there was multiple times you fumbled. Then.
No. I was Butterfingers. I promise you, boy. I had just finished a whole Kit Kat bar, and that shit was melted.
Yeah, bro.
Nah. I had a roommate who like literally like sent a girl my way. Like it wasn't. I don't know how to describe that, but it was basically like, yo, go talk to her.
Set you up.
Yeah. And
What was wrong with that? Sent a girl your way.
Nothing.
It was an alley-oop, and it was like an obvious one, which was like what I really dislike. One of the few times I got really mad as fuck at my friends in high school was when someone we were friends with went to the girl that I had a crush on and like mentioned something about that.
Damn, was that? I didn't do that. That wasn't me.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Feels like a Christian thing.
Nah. Nah. This person's no longer, so we know who that is. But, where was I? Yeah, I'm not someone who like.
Wait. So he sent the girl your way.
Yeah, I'm getting back to that. I'm not someone who will kind of like infuse romance or flirtations in the first interactions, because like I don't want you to like think that I'm just coming to you for that. Like I also enjoy nice.
I guess sure, but damn, bro, this was like a.
That being said,
Okay.
I think it was set that it was.
Yeah.
that being said, that was one of the first times I was like, this is it. And so I did everything wrong. I had the ball, I double dribbled it twice, held it, walked it to the
Travel.
I traveled. I left the court, got a bounce rig, and yeah. I basically went really direct. No, I'm not gonna go.
Wait, hold on. You just straight up.
I just straight up. I was saying. Don't get me wrong. It was more like a.
Man, he didn't even ask her what her name was. He was like, "So how you want to suck this dick? What position you trying to suck dick in?"
I was like, "Yo, I just gotta change some bed sheets before I get to the crib."
Like, golly.
Hold on. What was the actual?
Give us
He
top two.
took the rapper shit too serious. He thought he could just walk up and be like, "Let's go." He took that shit too serious.
No.
Look, when I got told that she was
He didn't treat her like a
unquote-
person.
I'm not gonna say this is a quote, but like this is the gist.
You got told she was on go.
Shut the fuck
They was like, "Yo,
And
she's
bro-
on go," and he was like, "Oh, so I don't have to treat her like
I
a
was
human
like-
being. Let's fucking go."
And look. For context, I had just gotten to the campus. Right, like this is my first semester there,
Shit.
bro. My roommates are.
She was an
at the
item
time,
to you?
26.
She was a whole item.
Deadass. She could have had a cash app at that point. Like it was that kind of directness. I'm not even lying to you. My roommates were 26 and 25, I think at the time, or 26, 27. So they had a lot of more experience with women. So like they'd be pulling girls, like they had a competition between them, like who could pull the most, like literally. And so I'm looking at it like, okay, some type of effort goes into this, right? Like they're rolling out their sleeves, they're out there getting that shit. All right, cool. One of them is in front of me. How am I gonna maneuver this? And so I'm like, let me
He
just.
was too cool for school.
No, he there's like, as far as the sauce, there's like the over. You could be over or you could be under, and he chose to do.
I
the
put some
over.
pasta in the sauce.
Yeah, he did the over saucy way. When in those type of situations where you're really not sure, it's better. Honestly, it's better for the girl to come up. You do the under sauce, and you're too like talkative and sweet.
Okay,
It's better for no. Because look, it's better for the girl to be like, oh, he's really sweet. Like she's not like, if she's not gonna fuck you, it's better for her to think like, oh, he's really sweet. Cause you can double back, as opposed to you do the over saucy, like let's go, baby, and she's like, oh, this guy's an entitled asshole. He's a dick. I'm never gonna talk to
I
this dude
think
again. It's better, and
it's-
even
the way you learn.
sauce though, he literally just threw the tomatoes at her.
so that's the over.
So
that's the
I
over saucy way.
will
No, but
say
sauce
the
is
shot
like-
happened in kind of like this way. It was like, okay, so what are we doing tonight? This was her question. And then I was like, okay, we're like, I'm not quoting myself. I will not quote myself because I'm not gonna do
It's all right,
that.
bro. This is a judgment-free space. We just for roast you a little bit.
I can't
But
believe you just
basically
brought
what
this up.
I said was I was like, we'll go out to the club, have some fun, and then later you can come back to my place.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
That
That's not
was
bad.
that. That
was it?
That was the gist of it. That was literally the gist of it.
It was the same level of.
Yeah, no.
All right,
That same intensity. Like
Then
that's
you didn't.
that's
Then
the
you
intensity.
didn't.
And then she was like, it was like, oh, I don't really know you like that. And like, all right, nah, okay. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, that's literally
Okay.
like how it went. But
Okay. So there was more.
I feel like there's
no, there's more. I don't.
Okay.
I don't even know that girl's name.
Because I was like, bro,
I didn't even
that
know
is
her name.
not
I'm not-
enough for her to W right there.
Yeah, no, but like, I feel like dubbing happens before you get told. No. I feel like
Sorry, I didn't let you.
I feel I feel like dubbing happens, or I can pick up on dubbing before it turns into a solid verbal no. Because like
Sorry, what's dubbing, just for context for our
dubbing
viewers?
is curving or
when a girl says this,
He uses another slang term.
when it's a dub, it's a no. It's a no. When she's decided, like
when you
It's so crazy how many words mean
Wait, a
different
dub
things.
is a no? I feel like a dub.
dub-
Okay,
I
so
thought a dub was-
it's
a dub is-
contextual. When if someone yo, it depends. So look,
it really yeah.
so look, the thing
That's the biggest thing I hate about Spanish. The words just depend on the fucking sentence.
Yeah,
Like,
the thing is, like, in slang words, it depends on the context and the vocal inflections people use.
that shit's a dub. That means that did not go well.
Yo, because like, if someone's in the car next to you on the phone and they're like, hey, okay, they're happy, they're in a good mood. If someone's on the phone next to you, they're like, hey, all right, they're not in a good mood. You know what those two different A's are. The same way when your mom calls your name, two different connotations. So
You know what?
if
I need you
someone's
to do
like,
something
let's
for
go,
me.
we got a dub, baby. All right, congrats, you just won. Niggas like, man, fuck this. It's a dub. All right, it's not a wrap. You did not win. It's over.
Textual,
The situation is done. Whatever is happening, everyone's over it, and it's not happening. No,
Thank you for coming to
dub.
Terms 101.
So if a girl dubs you, but in that phrasing, it's never
it's
good.
never good. It's never
If a girl dubs you, if someone dubs you, it means
You're a
they're
munch.
done with you. No. It means they're done with you. It's a no. It's a wrap. If someone dubs you, if someone says I'm a dub yo shit,
It
any
just
of that.
means like move. Yeah, just that's it.
So you
it's
never
a wrap.
got the official no.
No. I never got no.
Okay,
It was
so she just strictly dubbed you.
it,
Well,
it was like
how did you know? How did you know?
Cause like it's other things like she pulls away because I was whispering in her ear at that point, like literally like
Because you were in the club.
no, this was
Where the fuck were y'all at? You was whispering in her ear.
there was a I forgot what the name for it is, but a black student organization, I think it's BSU.
Okay. Black Student Union.
Black
BSU.
Student Union.
Shout out to BSUs.
I just agreed with more acronym to the thing. Whatever. It was after an event for that. They just did this fundraising thing where they had a whole bunch of people come up and basically like thirst trapped for donations.
Yeah.
So literally like people go up and then their pictures go up and then there's thirst trapping there and then they can do whatever and people will like either cash app or like give them money like and then that's how they raise money. So it's literally like
Looks like the auction block.
yeah. Wow that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say like the
I know.
the red light
auction
district.
block.
Niggas window shopping to the red light district.
Because they're not doing that shit at the regular student union, only at the BSU. You gonna
Because
find
we
them.
get lit. I mean,
Oh, the auction block is lit. You heard it here. The auction block is a dub.
That's so
Get outta
fucked.
here.
it's all context. If you flex it, if you walk with that bitch like yeah, then you know. But
You guys
for
just
one.
put auction block and ESU in the same sentence.
he did that.
I
He
did, yeah,
that.
I did. No, because you were describing it, and I never thought about it until just now when you said it.
But auction
and
block,
I'm like,
it's not. It's donations, so it's not even the same shit. It's at will for both parties.
yeah,
Stop it.
it was,
Stop it. Stop it. So like literally,
That's how that works.
stop it. Get some help.
Wait, so what ultimately told you it was a no?
Yeah. Wait, so you were at?
It came.
How loud was it when you were whispering in her ear? Because that is creepy nigga behavior.
There were other people talking. Like it was like we were around other people. We were sitting. It was
So what were you
it
whispering
happened
in her
in this
ear?
lepture room, right? Oh my god!
This
it happens in this lecture
episode is
room.
just gonna be about how you fucking fumbled, shorty. That's it. That's
It's
what
one shorty. Do you know like
Yeah,
one
one
piece
shorty.
of word that I fucking, it stuck to me so well. It was like, because you know, you can get really hung up on getting rejected or anything like that, or like, damn, why am I not da-da-da? Or like, I want to do this more. And it's like, okay, if you have that as a template to drive on, do you know how much pussy you're not gonna get in this world? I think it was you who said that. I don't know if it was you, but like, do you know how much pussy you're not gonna get?
Like you have a routine that you set on and you keep using it.
What
you mean?
No. As in like,
say that whole point again.
as in like when you get your attention on a girl, and you're like, damn, I want this to work, and say it doesn't. It's like you're gonna get hung up on that when like there are half of the world's population that
yeah, that sounds
you're
like,
also not gonna. It's like
that sounds
yo,
like our 1E+16.
Yeah, it's like there's so many. It's like, okay, and honestly, I consider myself a genuine, wholesome guy.
Genuine, yes. Wholesome, question mark. Nigga, I got screenshots. Don't say nothing. I got screenshots of conversations, brother, man.
I would say it took some Goldilocking. It took some little too hot, too cold to get there.
I just work here.
I think it goes to the point that I was actually talking to Christian about more so. I think the biggest thing that stops like what you were saying is that we're afraid of rejection just naturally as people. Yeah. So if you can get over that, then obviously you can get, just work the numbers. I think that's what you're kind of trying to say.
Yes, we've come to this at like different blocks and like different steps to make that idea whole. And it's the mindset. Honestly, it's the mindset. And that was back to that top situation. That was one of my first times putting that mindset from the beginning. Not the one like, oh, just move on if it doesn't work out, but like, I want this to work out and I'm only going for this. Because like, she was put in front of me for that reason. Like literally like, go get her. And I'm like, all right, cool.
How do y'all deal with rejection out of curiosity? Each one of you. Like, what's your,
so,
do you handle it well? Do you have something you do to kind of... I like how everyone just looked around.
It's like,
I can keep
I'll
talking.
go first. I don't mind going first.
I gotta.
All right, Chris.
You've never been rejected though?
I have.
How do you just say that for somebody?
What the fuck? This man, who would reject this? Who? Who?
But it's never like, no, I don't want to have a relationship with you. It's never like that.
You've never been someone's never been like, oh, I'm not attracted to you or something like that.
I don't.
That happens.
I feel like a lot of the time it's very unwordy. You don't have to be told. You don't have to be told.
No.
I don't want to have a relationship with you or have anything emotional with you for you to understand. But in that sense, yes, I have been.
Do you cold approach people?
What does that mean?
Like someone
you
you don't know.
Yeah, and
Kind of rejection.
I actually, no, I don't think I've ever really cold approached anyone.
I don't think most people do these days, but I was just curious as far as like context.
Yeah, I don't.
especially not these days.
It's usually like an organic thing. Yo, we're both playing this game. We're both
Around each other.
Yo, what's up? How are you? You know what I mean? It's never really forced, But I like once you get to know the person and this and that, it's never. No one's ever really said, "Yo, I don't fuck with you like that," or like blatantly. But it's you get the cues. You get like they're not texting you back.
So have you ever? That's like a different type of rejection from the type of rejection we all fear. The type of rejection we all fear is you going up to someone and you saying, "Hey, I like you," or "Hey, I'm really attracted to you. I'd like to spend more time with you. I'd like to get to know you on a personal level," and they say, "No, thank you. I'm not interested." The rejection we all fear is a flat out denial.
No, that's not the rejection. That's very cordial. That's respected. That's like, okay, thank you for letting me know. That's what you say then.
But that has to do with me just never cold approaching or really.
Well, let me ask you this on that point. Mm-hmm. Well, which one do you think is worse? Because I think everyone has a fear of doing the cold approach, right? But do you think it's worse to get rejected by someone you don't know or someone that you've kind of, quote unquote, nurtured and kind of gotten to know?
Well, I'm a very talk about my feelings sort of way. So I get the same type of rejection every time because I draw it out. We're going to have a conversation. And not like, oh, tell me like I need a 5-paragraph essay, but like I don't really cold approach people that much, or I don't know how to make this sound not crazy, but when I cold approach people,
he'll basically like milk them into telling them like my feelings aren't there for you.
No. Cold approach is someone I don't know.
Oh.
If I walk up to someone, like 9 times out of 10, I'm just bored at the event. I'm not gonna.
That's a good cover for whenever he like cold approaches someone. He's like,
no, I've never actually followed someone whose Instagram I've gotten. I cold approached one. Okay, no. I did cold approach one. I did cold approach one person who I was interested in, whose number I got, I cold approached twice. I forgot that was a cold. So the person who most recently rejected me was a cold approach. I got her number, texted her. She didn't text me back. Okay, cool. It happens. We were in a club. Saw her again. Didn't realize it was her. Approached her again. Got her number again. And I was like, all right. I was, genuinely did not. That means 2 things. One, she was attractive enough for me to see her out twice as a complete stranger and be like, this girl is so beautiful. I have to go talk to her, which is really not something I do often. And 2, I was saucy enough to get her number 2 times.
No, that just means both of y'all have really short memory.
Yeah, that also means memories.
Okay. So the first time was in a club. It was dark. The second time was like 3 weeks later, in a like well lit space. She had a different hairstyle. I was even more handsome than before. It happens, you know.
Okay,
but
believable.
Yeah, that time. Yeah, I was. What was the question?
No, as far as rejection, my theory is that we don't put ourselves out there enough because everyone's just terrified of it. I think cold approaching is like builds a lot of character, and I think it just gets it out the way.
I review rejection and failure in the same lens because rejection is a specific type of failure, and I failed a lot. Growing up skateboarding, me and Nuveaux, like you get over that fear of trying and failure very quick, and it's it leaves a strong impression on your character because it's physical. The fear of getting injured is a legitimate one, and it's immediately a
shock.
I was gonna say it's immediately like vindicated, or it's immediately validated or denied. You know, if you try something, you try a trick that you're scared to try. After trying it, you're immediately gonna know I should stop trying this or I should keep going. And if immediately it's like, okay, I was right to be scared. I'm not at this level yet, or I should keep going. Most of the time you're going to realize you should keep going. But so you get over it. And when you do fall, that's the best thing you can do is fall on your first try. Cool. Now your fear of falling, getting hurt, it just happened.
You know what that's like.
Yeah. You're not scared anymore. Boom. Now you can commit to it and try. And when you have something that you're scared to try, scared of failure, and you succeed, and then it happens again, and then it happens again, and then it happens again, you realize failure, rejection is not really the end. I mean, in interpersonal relationships, in this context, it is the end. When someone tells you no, you should stop trying. But that fear of taking that first step gets less powerful, less meaningful every time.
I will say, you all were merely adopted by rejection.
I was born in it. That's because you kept liking the girls who didn't like black guys.
Whoa!
I'm not even.
Yeah.
The audacity. The audaciousness.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're wrong. I don't even know what.
You don't even know what. You don't know what. What don't you fucking know?
I don't even know who.
You're full of shit.
I don't even know who.
You're full of shit. No. There was 2 in high school in 1 year.
We'll bleep this. But
in one
throw
fucking
the name.
year.
Throw the name.
I don't remember the first girl's name. She was like a senior or a junior when we were freshmen, and you asked her, and she blatantly told you, "I only like white guys."
She was black.
Yeah.
How the fuck how am I supposed to know that?
Nigga, you keep going for them, and the second one you know is fucking Emerald.
Fuck that. I don't know what her deal was. She was prude. She was prude at the time.
But guess she ended up with a white man. And in hindsight, it was so obvious.
Married him in the name of God.
And it was so obvious that's who she was. I mean, in hindsight. In hindsight, it was so obvious that that's what would happen in hindsight. as a 25-year-old.
In hindsight.
At the time, I can't.
don't
But
even-
look, bro.
no,
Look,
in
listen,
hindsight,
listen, bro.
what?
Listen, bro. You have
white came out of
your
nowhere.
fucking no, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Bro,
Your
tell
taste.
me
Your taste
where
in
you saw
women.
it.
Your taste in women is
First off, your tone's a little. I don't need you to watch that. Watch that.
Your no,
Get
no,
a little more
bro,
informative.
Bro, it's fine. My taste in women is women who will never like me back. I have it worse than you, nigga. They will never like me personally back. Your taste is just black girls who don't like niggas.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Remember the person who I had mentioned that to you. I had mentioned that to you. I did. I'm not gonna put my business out there because no. But yeah, it's not often that I will encounter girls with that kind of criteria, especially for like liking white guys. And let's not talk about faith.
But I think you
Neva.
guys. I think the type of
No, but that's not a real life person.
I know, but
like I'm
okay,
talking
so
about real life
both,
people.
You both have an ideal woman. Like
I don't have. The thing is,
I don't have an ideal.
Listen,
I do not have an idea.
No. Physically, and we've talked about this. Both of you have the same.
Physically, there is a specific type that immediately catches our eye.
And I think they catch the eye
those
of
are the
most
ones-
people.
and
But they catch those are the people who are at the top of the attractiveness scale.
Yes.
When you look at black women, there's a popular archetype, especially with like the IG models and whatever, and these girls who can start a social media account today and have 15,000 followers next week. It's an archetype that's established. So we're not alone in liking that.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's not a criteria we're searching for. They're just
Yeah.
immediate eye catchers.
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe that was your flaw in the black women that only like white guys.
Okay, so first off, can we stop with this? Can we just for a second put the brakes on this shit? Because first it was, Nuveaux doesn't like black women enough because he only goes for the white or Hispanic woman. And I said, no, I don't go for
No
white
one
girls.
said that.
Yeah, no one said that.
Season one.
No one said
Season one.
Season 1.
no one.
Season one. Season one. I love this show. I listen to it myself. Season one.
All right, we're gonna have to insert the. Hold up.
Click the link below.
That's where the clip is gonna play right here. The clip is playing.
The fact checking is immaculate. So we've been to that. It was jokes, cool, but no,
Do you think you
Let
settled?
me get off of this. What happens more is, damn, I'm really forgetting my thought.
It's okay. We did.
White women be doing that, bro.
Rejection. Oh my God. I had the biggest fucking rejection that honestly, I don't know if it traumatized me because like I kind of like blew it off as soon as it happened because it's like the same thing when you first fall, when you fall on your first trick, you're like, oh, okay. Like that's okay. That's as bad as it gets. Like, all right, cool.
You think there was like some subconscious trauma involved?
I'm not gonna say it's traumatic, but I will say like it was memorable. It was memorable, and it wasn't a good feeling. But it was one that like I knew like, okay, this is a feeling that I have to like get over, and like I got over like immediately.
Wait. When was this?
This was high school. This was some crazy how many like traumatic, quote unquote traumatic things happen in high school.
Let's not say they're traumatic, but let's just say they're significant.
Impressionable.
Yeah.
Long story short, I got carried to this girl that I had a crush on by two of my friends on a skateboard at like a fucking king entrance.
Okay.
Like physically carried?
Physically
Oh, okay.
physically
It was just
carried.
for context.
And,
Gotcha.
yeah, and it's like an entrance. I'm back then. I was super dynamic.
Hold on,
out
you
the
agreed
gate.
to this?
I was.
Nah.
My ears were flushed. I was blushing. No. At
Hold
first,
on, you agreed to them.
let me.
Let
At
him.
first, I was like, nah. But then I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Hold up. And I was like, all right, let's go with this.
You know what? I just got real quick. I gotta give us credit for, like, if there was some shit we thought was cool, that shit was cool. so you know, like in hindsight, this idea sounds crazy, but back then we were like, oh, this shit is sick. This nigga, and we did it. Well, I don't know. I don't actually remember this. I don't know if I was one of them niggas.
No, you weren't.
Okay. Yeah, but
So basically, got carried to this girl, and she's surrounded by her group of friends. Some of them I might have a class with, whatever. And then I'm shooting my shot. I'm like, hey, so and so, can I get your name? And radio silent. And like, maybe she didn't hear me. All right.
Oh God! Oh
You
God.
know, Goldilocks. You gotta Goldilocks the shit.
Hey, it's
Sometimes you go too little. Sometimes you go
beautiful
too.
to look back on, man. It's
Hey,
beautiful
man.
to look back on. No, real shit. Real
Laugh
shit.
with me. Laugh with me.
Yeah, it's beautiful to look back on and see the growth and like, hey, because man, there's niggas who don't realize what they did wrong in that situation. They would still do that shit today. So it's beautiful to look back on and be like, like, that was crazy. But also that's part of life.
Long story short, that didn't work out. Her boyfriend was there, and I walked away.
Hold up, nigga, that's a plot twist right here. Fucking plot twist, nigga.
I walked away, and this is how I framed it. I think describing the event, I was like, their laughter was the soundtrack of my walk back to my friend. And like, I don't know if you ever heard a group of high school girls laugh. They mean that shit. They are laughing with their whole ass chests. And so like, when I say I'm bane with the shit, like, that was my entry to like shooting shots. Like, I mean, like cold approaching. Like, cause I didn't have a class with this girl. I literally just was to see her like walking, like not standing like on the wall at lunch or like in a hallway. I would just, I was like, let me, da-da-da.
I'm gonna give it. You got balls.
That's what I'm.
There was a whole group of girls.
That's what I'm saying, yo. Is like you got to give credit where credit is due for like that, because that shows no fear of rejection right there.
The person I am is
Like no fear.
the person I am like right now is.
I don't think that's that. I think there's.
Bro, like that is like you can't recover. You can't. There's no turning around from that. Like that it shows no fear. There could have been fear present, but that's ballsy as hell.
The moment I was like, no, put me down, and I was like, wait a minute, actually, that was like I was like, I'm gonna do this. Like that.
Yeah.
That's
boom. You make the decision regardless of the fear present. You know?
No, but there's ignorance that can be involved too.
You're ignorant until you know better.
No, but the fear doesn't have to be there.
Well, then that shows no fear. Then you agree with me.
Oh, okay.
But fear,
Okay.
I mean, okay,
Wait, what did you mean by that?
yeah.
Okay, what I'm saying is, you could be completely like the thought of fear doesn't even cross your mind. Like the thought of fear was never there, basically.
I
You know what
think-
mean? It was never taught. But when you went there, and then they started laughing.
Nah,
then you felt like
I don't think it's not a reaction because the butterflies start before that. You have you're anxious. You're like, damn. I hope she says it. I what if she says no? Like you have all those things before you go into it. You overcome those things and you still put one foot before the other and you head there. But this
I'm a baby. There's a hot ass stove. I'm not. I don't even know if it's hot or not. I put my hand on it. I learned the lesson, and I learned fear of the stove.
But I mean, as a baby, yes. But as an adult, you don't have to form fear as a response to that. You don't
Yes.
have to fear all danger.
No, I
just
didn't
because
say that-
something's
I didn't say-
dangerous.
I didn't say-
Fear is useful because it comes before events. Or anxiety is like more of the word because it's what you're anxious about what you hasn't happened yet. So like that comes with like forming thoughts and opinions about the future of what happens, and that's okay. I was saying the person I am today is having gone in many different directions and extremes and finding my center and like. Yeah, it's like
sounds
probably
nice.
Goldilocksing, but like you do shit and you're like, okay, no. And then like, where you are underhanding things and where you're like strong-handing.
Yeah.
And like,
I think I'm kind of going through that right now with like how much hell I should give people.
What do you mean by that?
Because I had an experience at Wells Fargo the other day. Not today. My experience at Wells Fargo was fucking amazing.
Okay.
I left there like genuinely smiling. I felt so great. I didn't get what I went there to I didn't get what I went there to accomplish done, but it was explained to me in a great way. The previous time I went, it was not. The person who was there assumed I was financially illiterate, young, had bad, like just was not listening to me as I was explaining myself.
that shit is frustrating.
Made a lot of assumptions about who I was based on how I look, whatever. And that wasn't what upset me, the assumptions being made. It upset me that he wasn't listening to what I was saying and taking that into account for his responses. His responses didn't change. He was like, oh, you should get your credit report. I was like, I have it right here on my phone. He was like, oh, then you should get FICO. I was like, I have it. I have my FICO. I mean, he said you should get Credit Karma. I was like, I've had Credit Karma for years. He's like, oh, well, you should take out a secured card. I'm like, dude, I have a $14,000 Discover card. I have a high limit card. What? Like, he's not listening to me. And then he was talking. I was like, okay, give me back my shit. So I can go to a bank.
He sounds like someone who's really inexperienced.
But he's not inexperienced. He was the guy who was running around the bank helping everyone with all their stuff. So he knows. That's he should have known better.
Yeah, no.
So that upset me. That in specific is not what's significant here. But what was significant is that I didn't express my frustration to him. I just held it in because as a person, that's been my personal code of conduct. Is that it's better to just I can deal with it on my own way easier than expressing it. But I've realized, like, I can't keep doing that because if he doesn't know what he did wrong in that situation, he's just going to keep doing it. It's the same thing as, like, when people do bad things, we have to do our part to try to stop them from doing bad things. That doesn't necessarily mean in a physical sense, but, like, at my job, when people come in and they're out of line, they're acting too entitled or whatnot, like, I'm not just gonna give you what you want if you don't deserve it, because that's why the world is the way it is. That's why we have the inequality and injustices, because some people know it's easier to just give this person what they want and send them on their way than stand up and be firm about it and tell people no and mean no as many times as they ask. So I'm trying to figure out, and I kind of just combined two things. I've already decided I'm gonna stop being passive or enabling people, enabling entitled people, disrespectful people. All of that stuff is not gonna fly with me anymore. That's done since last year with the whole producer situation, and someone tried to really take advantage of me, and I realized, like, I had the choice of just letting it slide and taking the L, or fighting back. And I was like, if I don't fight back against this, like, when will there be a better reason to fight back?
I had a similar situation.
When can I not, you know?
I'm reading the 7 Habits, and it talks about being proactive and how you shouldn't allow outside forces to get to you, in a sense. Like, you can only control your inner circle.
That's not true. I disagree.
No, but no, you can influence other people and tell them what they did wrong, but allowing it to anger you for the rest of your day or the rest of whatever, having it kept on your mind, allowing it to get to you and ruining either your day or relationship or whatnot is what you should really focus on.
Right, but that's not. So that's kind of how I view inner peace versus outer peace, which is a difference I didn't start thinking about until Toro y Moi dropped this album called Outer Peace, and someone asked, "Lo, why is it called Outer Peace?" Because he's like, well, you can have inner peace, and that's great and all, but you're not a monk living in a monastery. You're living in the real world, and you have external forces acting upon you. So what is inner peace without outer peace? And it's this dichotomy I've always considered the difference between strength and power. Strength is your ability to control, is your ability to protect yourself. Power is your ability to influence others. And I think having one without the other is imbalanced. Having complete inner peace without outer peace is not great. Having complete outer peace without inner peace is not great. It's about finding a balance. So that's what I'm trying to get. That's why I went on this tangent from you bringing up Goldilocking, is I'm trying to find that balance of how to deal with external forces rather than just bringing it all internal and dealing with it there, because it'll take me longer. It's better.
And it puts it all on you.
Yeah, and it puts it all on me. Rather, when someone does something that I'm justified in reproaching them for, I is getting comfortable reproaching people for their behavior.
What I'm trying to say is, don't let you getting all flustered. Do it in a beneficial way.
Well, I'm never gonna be the guy I wasn't gonna go off on the guy and start screaming at him. I was gonna be like, I already talked this out with somebody, so I'm not gonna really repeat it there because I've already gotten my release from it. But yeah, I'm gonna do it in a constructive way because I'm legitimately trying to help that person and help everyone. So like not to say I'm like not to sound conceited like I'm a fucking superhero or anything, but like just genuinely, I think if we don't do our part. Because people don't stop growing and people don't stop being able to be taught. As adults, there are all things that we can still be taught about things. And even if I'm wrong, I just realized like I would not feel good about going throughout my days seeing somebody who I think could benefit from me telling them this and not saying it. I don't know if any of that makes any sense, but I just realized I need to start being more proactive in trying to I don't know.
I think you both actually make perfect sense, and I think the key is really
Nuance.
because you don't want to go on the other end where you're just telling everybody about themselves, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, to his point, yes, you want to make sure that you're not being affected by what's going on out there. But if you feel like addressing him is going to make you feel good inside, then that's what you should do. I think just listening to yourself inside.
Yeah.
And that way you don't have to carry it.
Yes.
And it's all atomic. Like, it's one big kind of like, how do I say that? It's a whole collection of a whole individual group of units. What
did that mean?
I'm gonna explain it.
It's words on me. I'd be like,
I hate
looking
doing
up
this
everything.
shit. I hate doing this.
Where's the chat GPT box you're reading from, nigga? Where are you reading this off of?
I always say things better the second time around, and I would say that's something that like we all deal with, and like that's the field that we're all playing with, where we have to construct our inner peace and also defend our inner peace and construct our outer peace. Mm-hmm. And so if your inner peace means that you have to tell someone about something to, build that or help alleviate that, then that becomes someone else's external factor for their inner peace.
Okay.
And so like it's literally just
Run
like
that back one more time. Sorry, I missed it. I just want to make sure I didn't miss that.
It's
Sound like a nugget.
like cause and effect.
it's cause and effect. So like someone taking care of their own mental health and someone doing something for their inner peace can affect someone else's or
Outer
can
peace.
be someone else's outer factor in their outer peace. And so like that's just the name of the
Name of the game.
name of the game.
And that's what I realized recently is like, hey, damn, like I would feel a lot better if I expressed myself in certain situations. Cause I used to think like, oh, like it's okay, I can take it. And I can just keep it all inside, but it's gonna stick with me longer. And that fire is gonna burn rather than just letting it out. Cause I do also have the whatever elegance in expressing myself to do it in a constructive way where I'm not just screaming at people, except in traffic, which is
Justifiable.
I really
How the
no
fuck you do that shit, bro.
no I do need to get better with that shit because this rental I have, bro, this shit drives too fast. Like no, like
I want everyone to guess what he's driving. Everyone guess what he's driving right now.
A Yukon.
Shut
damn,
the fuck up.
like
Was that supposed to be a
Yukon.
joke?
I don't know, some kind of fucking SUV.
What do you think he's driving? Guess what he's driving.
I don't know, Mustang?
Kia
He's
Soul.
driving a fucking Corolla.
Hey, but look, bro, give me
Not even the sport.
bro, nigga, give me 10 seconds. This hoe is at 107. I'm in the express lane doing 110 miles per hour, and I don't even fucking know. Because I don't.
He just came from SUV, so like he's not used to that.
bro. I don't look at this. I don't look at what speed I'm going when I drive. I drive the speed I feel like I should be driving, and that's generally correct. But this hoe just doesn't. It doesn't. You don't feel the speed, bro. Like I almost don't believe I'm going that fast. Legitimately, I'm looking at the shit like, what do you mean I'm doing 117 miles per hour right now? This shit feels like 60 until the car slows down to 60, and I'm like, oh. Fuck. Like it's
hit with
I
whiplash.
don't need that much power, but also like the maneuverability it gives me means that, bro, if you're doing 80 in the express lane, I'm mad at you. If you're doing 80 in the express
I
lane,
feel like 80 is a very appropriate
I
thing to
know
do.
that's the problem.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
saying, bro,
okay.
is like I don't. If you're doing 80 in the express lane, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I could be. If you weren't here,
You're always driving fast though, so it's like
Yes, but this
that's your default.
Yeah, but this car is. I need the
enables
SUV.
you.
Yes, I need the SUV speeds. This shit is too much for me, nigga. Because like it's not even traffic, is what I'm trying to get you to see. Like niggas are doing 80 in the express lane, and I'm like,
I wonder if
what's going on?
He went early to every
if you
event
actually
this
gave
week.
him an actual fast car, he'd be cutting up.
I realized on a serious note, like I shouldn't have that. I've almost a progressive Geico, shut the fuck up. Don't listen to me. But I've seriously almost
Safe Farm, mind your fucking business.
I've been very close to some very bad shit in that rental. And it's completely my fault. It's all entirely my fault.
I think you should
Real
get.
shit.
I think what you need is to get like
Rates go up. Oh,
It's okay, my government's not on.
you got a rental. Spike that shit up. I think you should get desensitized to driving fast because I've seen you like do some exhilarating shit behind the wheel once, and like the way you were clutching the wheel, I was like,
And what's crazy is I drive. No one has ever seen me drive. No one has ever been in the car with me when I've driven like as I really put my life. I don't know what's wrong with me, but it's just like something takes over. Like if you've been in the car with me and you've seen some crazy shit, I promise it's not even close. I promise you, it's not even.
Yeah,
close.
no, I make it a factor if I have like passengers. I don't.
Yeah,
drive.
I tone it down.
But it's never even your with passengers is me alone. So you alone is probably like.
Yeah, no, and like I realize like I really do need to get control of that. Like on a serious note, because it's not.
Yo,
okay.
he cuts
He's gonna
up,
speed
bro.
right to
Yo,
it.
I've never seen a soccer mom car do what this motherfucker can do, bro.
Listen, when I take it off eco mode.
Yo, that CRV can hit.
Listen,
go
man.
for it.
Fuck? Just put the SRT on that.
where's the cat peeler?
Yeah, I get the fucking the Hellcat fucking decal.
Put a
what's up,
fucking
decal.
a spoiler on the back of that bitch, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yo, he can move with that shit.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, so those are my two Goldilocking situations for me. Is getting a handle on how I want to, and I don't even really know what to call that.
I had an
Situations like-
experience. Thank you for bringing it back because I
Yeah.
had forgotten what. I had an experience similar to that, like how you had at Wells Fargo and you didn't go off. I had one where I was like, okay, I've been passive and understanding of the whole situation the entire time, but like this is not what's getting me the result. And so I was like, okay, actually, like put on the mode and be like, okay, now I'm going to become that person. I was going to like your worst nightmare, but like I'm not trying to be anyone's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
So like literally bring aggression to people who like if you were on the outside looking in, you feel like they are not deserving of that aggression. But like that is actually something that's really powerful and a significant influence in people. Like
You're losing me.
okay, so it's better to like talk about what happened before.
Yeah.
I took my grandma to her cardiologist appointment, and this was the second time going to the same place. Whatever. I get there and it's a room full of people. We're waiting. Okay, cool. Sign up, and then I notice everything's going smooth, and people are getting up, going inside, getting out, like that.
Okay.
15 minutes, the room got cleared. We're waiting. Mind you, this is in like Hialeah or something like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. Everyone's speaking Spanish around me. Whatever.
This is on your day off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Cool. We're waiting. This can happen. I'm used to waiting in waiting rooms.
Right. That's a reasonable, like for appointments and stuff, that's
Yeah.
a reasonable time to have to wait a little bit.
And if it's not, like taking care of like specialist stuff, like cardiologists, like, all right, cool, whatever. A second group of people come in.
Oh, second wave.
Second wave comes in.
They get
In and out just as quick as the first
I
one.
don't know. Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's
okay.
What was the race of the second wave, out of curiosity?
No, like it's Hialeah. Like
Oh,
any
okay.
answer, any.
Yeah, but also like when you say wave, like 5 to 7 people.
Yeah,
Both times?
Yeah, like the room
yeah.
went from like being empty to like having people on all sides of the.
And then that shit cleared out.
and
Y'all
that shit
there?
cleared
Oh
out,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then
Oh
like
yeah.
I'm ringing that bell like a motherfucker.
it
Fuck a
happened.
bell, boy. I'm gonna open the. Excuse me.
It happened. A third wave of people came in, and mind you, like
How? Give us a time, also though. How long?
I'm gonna.
How long by that third wave arriving? How long?
I couldn't tell you. I know how much I spent from walking into that place and leaving.
Okay.
And what time was that?
I'm gonna get into that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And so I'm like, yo, what's happening? I have her lunch, giving her food, and I'm like, all right, cool. I got my phone, I'm whatever. And it gets to a point where my grandma starts like saying things. And I'm like, I'm already like vexed, but I'm not like making it outward.
Oh my god, everything starts like amplifying. Like it's like, oh, you're gonna start complaining. Oh, I'm gonna feel this way too. Oh shit.
It wasn't even that, because like my thing, like I will say I got vexed for waiting, but I'm still keeping myself like tempered. I'm still keeping myself in track, or I don't know how, whatever. I'm still keeping myself in check. And when she gets agitated, what I do is I calm her down. I'm like, just wait, like they'll get to da. And it got to the point where I was like, she kept complaining, like loud. And I was like, all right, actually, let me go ask. And then I asked this whole situation. They need to get like a renewal of referral from the primary care physician, and they weren't answering the phone. So I had to like hop on calling my own clinic or her own clinic with them to get someone on the line to get that shit done. And that took like a whole another 3 minutes. But like I was like actively part of that. So I'm like, okay, cool. I understand what's going on.
Nah, I went off just for them not communicating.
Yep.
No.
Because I'm
This
thinking
was-
like, when the fuck were you gonna tell me that?
Yeah.
She
If I was-
mentioned it to me because like I came by and she was like, oh yeah, we're just waiting on this da. And then I understood. I was like, okay, cool.
Okay.
And it was like shortly after that I was like, let me call too, because like fuck this.
Yeah.
But it got to the point where after so much waiting, because even after that we waited like another hour.
Wait, what's the math on this so far? I feel like a lot of.
I will tell you the
This
total
is a
time
fucking-
from start
this
to
is a
finish
fucking-
was 4 hours. The appointment was at 10. I left at 2.
Was she seen?
Yes, I made sure of that. Because literally, we get the fucking
Sometimes I feel like y'all better than me because
bro.
No. So what? I don't get mad. Like there are a few ways to make me mad, but one of them is waiting in unnecessary lines. Like if it's a necessary line, if I understand why it's taking so long, okay, cool. But if I can see that shit is not running efficiently or niggas are being lazy or some shit like that, bro, I get like unreasonably mad. That would have been one of those situations.
like the pub sub line. Oh,
Yo,
that motherfucking line.
Pub sub, I feel like
the pub
No,
sub line be
bro.
unreasonably
Bro,
long for no
literally,
reason. How do you take
bro.
10 minutes on one fucking sub?
because you gotta bake it.
Nah.
That takes like 10 seconds.
They be
You're
moving
gonna
slow as
open one
fuck.
thing that's baking to put somebody else's in.
No,
No,
but they be moving slow as fuck, bro. If you
Yeah.
if
They
do
you watch
move
them,
slow.
I'm like,
They do
I
move
could
slow.
make this
Dude,
sandwich.
I used to work at
faster.
Subway. I know how long it takes to make a
Like
sub.
that shit,
But, like,
bro.
you, like,
that
flash
shit
to-
would.
They
Bro,
need to
no,
put
no,
the
shit,
all-stars
those
at the
shits
pub
turn me
sub.
up, bro.
Pub sub lines is ridiculous.
The all-star squad.
Dude, I literally be going at the times where it's dead just so I don't get a line.
Bro, I order ahead of time. For
they have
reference, I came in here with a pub sub today to the studio.
Whoa,
Go
wait,
online,
they have a-
Publix.com.
Yeah.
Order
What
that shit
place
ahead of
does
time.
that?
Wait. Can you? 'Cause
You
my
pay.
thing
You
is-
pay in store.
No, but listen. Can you get your chicken tossed in honey mustard?
You can put a note. I'm
You
sure
can put a
you can
note.
Yeah, you can put a note.
They might not. I'm not gonna lie to you. They might not do it.
Yeah.
But that when I want some shit like that, that's when you gotta go in. They don't have the Gouda cheese on there online, but that's okay. I just be getting it when it's like
this
that.
is from the promo.
I get the turkey. I get the turkey sub, Swiss cheese. Let's go. We're gonna have it simple for stuff like that. But yeah, bro,
TLDR, pub sub the goat.
that is the
Like,
fucking.
order it before.
That is a perfect example of a line I would get like irrationally pissed off in. Like I'm ready to swing. Like I'm ready to swing on niggas.
pub subs.
Like I just leave. I just have to leave. Like the CVS, the CVS by the crib. Whenever I got a prescription to pick up, Bro, I go in there, I just don't even do it no more. Because I go in there, be waiting 15 minutes, the line is not moving, bro, and I am like
Oh my
I'm
God,
I'm physically about to
fucking-
tweak out, bro, and I'm not that person. So I'm like, I just need to leave.
And I feel like that can be so efficient too.
Yo,
Give a
you need
QR
to-
code.
they just
give a
be
QR code.
bullshitting,
You
bro.
know what's efficient?
Yo,
That
for real,
fucking-
like leaning into that person, like that you feel like you're about to become because of a situation. That's like, there's a lot more Goldilocking I feel like I have to do in that sense because
Right.
I don't like to feel like my aggression is something that you can feel to be like palpable, whatever,
Yeah, tangible.
tangible. But like there are times when it's like a tool, like because it connects, it reaches people differently than like trying to be cordial, trying to be respectful, trying to be like a bigger person and like exiting the situation before it gets to a certain point. Because like at certain points it becomes about principle. Like there is certain shit that like you don't stand for. You shouldn't stand for. Like period. Point blank period. You don't support it. You don't yeah, you don't stand for it. Yeah, you don't stand for it. And that situation was one of them. I was like, yo, I can wait, but I'm not gonna make you make my grandma wait. Like she is a patient, not your fucking ornament.
Respect.
Yo, and like I was the person who was literally collaborating with her and being like, let's call these people together, let's get da 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 da. Now I'm like, okay, you need to make some shit
happen because
Yeah,
this
I
shit's
was
about
like,
to
I
hit the
don't care
fan.
what's- yeah.
I'm gonna have my savages run right through this shit.
So it
For
was
real.
like 3 hours until y'all actually got seen.
Yeah,
Yeah, nah.
3 hours until you got seen.
Yo,
Yeah.
after that second group, I would have been like, tell me what's going on here. Cause y'all about to have to buy new chairs and a new window in this bitch if you don't make something happen.
Bro, you know who gets it right? Little Caesars gets that shit right. You ever see? Okay, chill.
Explain.
Little Caesar has a place in my mind. Their fucking pretzel crust, cheese stuffed pizza. That shit
that
is
sounds
on
like indigestion, bro.
That
I just
shit
got
was-
heartburn.
You just
That's
said that
crazy.
indigestion is fire, my
That
nigga.
shit was. I think about it. Nigga.
It's not the food. It's not the food.
I think about it more than I think about like. I was gonna say bomb sex that I've had.
I put the camera on him.
It's not. It's,
I was like, what?
listen, it's not the food. It's the process. All you got to do is go in that bitch. They got like cupboards now.
Yeah, no, they snap on that.
where all you got to do is type in a code, open that shit. Your whole thing is right there
that's
in a
crazy.
cupboard or like in a whole little pantry type little thing. Grab that shit and you're out. You're just done.
Look, man, I learned my lesson. One time. I was
Public,
I was in
take notes, public.
yeah, I was in like Boynton Beach or some shit, visiting a girl, and I was hungry as shit. So I was like, okay, I'm making good time. I'm finna stop in Chipotle. Them niggas got the little assembly line. This shit is gonna take 3 to 5 minutes. To 8 minutes.
lie.
Listen, to 8 minutes
lie.
reasonably.
Chipotle.
And then I'ma be straight. I walked in that bitch, the line was going stupid, but that's not the problem. The problem was the niggas who was walking in looking at me like stupid bitch and then going picking up their online order. And what killed me about that was I had decided I was driving to that specific Chipotle like 20 minutes ago. Cause I was driving up to Boynton. I had time. I was like, damn, if I placed my order, that would have been me. So ever since then, bro, like anytime I decide I'm going somewhere, let me check the website if I could do an online order. Anywhere, bro.
It's a good
Anywhere.
Definitely a good call.
It's
Definitely a good call.
because the worst that's gonna happen is it's gonna take the same amount of time as if you didn't place the online order. The best that's gonna happen is your shit is ready. You walk in, swoop, and take it. Like I don't do that shit
That's the
anymore,
worst
bro.
that can
Because that
if you order online.
is that it takes the same amount of time.
No, I'm saying. Oh yeah.
The worst is like, oh, sorry, it's not ready yet, which
And you know
happens
what's funny?
rarely.
I think like it circles back funnily to discipline. Like that's like an act of discipline. So like if you're going out to somewhere to eat, you're gonna like make sure to be prepared to like make it the most efficient process you can. Because like you put in the work now and then you if it doesn't pay off, then cool. But like if it does, you just the whole nightmare of waiting to order that shit. Whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get triggered when I say fucking Little Caesars next time.
Bro,
I got triggered like
I do not.
happy thoughts, nigga.
I just cannot fuck with the Little Caesars. My stomach. It's not even me, bro. Y'all make me out to be some bougie nigga. It's my stomach that's bougie. My stomach decided my stomach decided we high class now.
You know,
bro.
a stomach is
my stomach
responsible
hurts,
for a
bro.
lot of what like our temperaments are, because like it's like our second brain.
Yeah, that's so sick.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
But I don't call you bougie. I call you a diva. For
Okay.
many different reasons.
Okay.
I haven't called him diva. I dialed back on that like a lot because I was like,
I didn't mind. I didn't like it. I didn't like it, but I didn't mind. It's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, bougie entails that it was like expensive shit that you're buying, and we all know.
No, he needs the amenities, you know.
Stop trying to diss me. Nigga buy 2 pairs of Ray-Bans and think he's
But yeah, it's like my temperament. My temperament is more like go with the flow. And like it's when I'm like, all right, I need to be like the torrent against whatever the fuck is
yeah,
happening.
nigga, because bro, my flow do not be flowing, nigga. That shit. There's the flow, bitch. You hit a wall, like you gotta.
What are we talking about right now?
Fucking with trying to go with the flow, trying to be a care, just accept the natural. It doesn't work for me.
Well, anymore.
It never. To get when I started having things that I really goals I wanted to accomplish and shit. I'm not that type of person where things line up for me. I gotta.
No,
I gotta
I
push
wouldn't like draw a direct opposite to that. I feel like because I don't look to have a certain outcome in situations, I'm much more satisfied with the way things turn out, and I'm more likely to be satisfied with how things turn out, and I can do things to ameliorate it and like get even better results. But I don't aim for like having a specific outcome of something, and then like, all right, cool. That's how going with the flow is like.
Oh, then that would never work for me.
Yeah,
because in every situation, I know what I want.
Yeah, and like that.
Every situation, I'm like, okay, this is what I want to have happen. So just accepting any outcome.
That means you're more prone to disappointment because like the key cornerstone to the key requirement is to have an expectation. Like that shit.
Yeah, for sure. If
I get disappointed, it means like.
What would you say is the best approach then, as opposed to having a goal?
It depends. It depends what type of person you are, what you'd rather. I'd much rather have something. Well, in nearly everything I do, there is a desired outcome, something I want. In nearly every interaction, every possible whatever, there's something I want. So I think that leads me open to more disappointment, but that's the only way.
Shout out to Hentley. What he just said is exactly the mindset that I had when Hentley came to our table.
Hentley.
Oh,
dude in the white set. That's like that right there. I was like, I know people do everything for a reason. And I don't know what his reason is, but it's not what the fuck his message was. That's sorry.
No. It's great. It's great. It's great. This is great.
I consider myself to be very intuitive, and I think that's what like allows me to like go with the flow. And like, if I notice that there's something I want in a situation where I'm in it, then like I can work towards that.
Okay,
but, like.
Imagine if every situation you're in, you're immediately aware of what you want.
Into it with a mindset that this is what I want out of the situation, or you're in the situation, you're like, I want to do this.
It's automatic. I automatically know.
Does it come before or after?
As soon as I understand the situation.
The question is, does the want or wish come before or after you're in the situation, or you have the view of the situation?
As soon as I have the view of the situation, I know what I want, whether that's when I'm in the situation or before. If I know what's happening beforehand.
So it's like, say you say I want to go to XYZ place or event. Like, do you have something you want to do there before, or do you want to like what?
If I know enough information about it. Like, I can't know what I want to order from a restaurant before I know the menu. This is like an analogy. I can't know what I want to order from the restaurant before I know the menu.
Say something like a bar. Like, say you're going to like a night out.
What?
Or you're like, I'm gonna get fucked up tonight, or I'm gonna dance my ass off, or I'm gonna try this new dance move I want to try. I'm gonna talk to some stories. I'm gonna make some new homies. I'm gonna make some new connections. Like, what do you like? How do you gauge the field before you in it? Because like,
that's a situation in which I wouldn't know what I want until I'm there and I get a grasp of what's going on. But maybe the second I'm in there, I spot a girl and I'm like, all right, that's what I want. Not like just to talk to her. Like that's what I want for the night,
Okay.
or something. It depends on the situation, or maybe some nights, maybe like we could be going to that same bar, but we know the DJ who's playing. All right, cool, I'm here to dance. So it just depends how much information I have. But generally, once I reach that information quota where I have a full understanding, boom, I don't really decide what I want. Like it's almost a given how quickly it's like an automatic.
Oh, this is gonna be.
It's like
doing everything automatic. It's not gonna be making decisions automatic. It's gonna be
bro,
automatic.
I realized in college, dog, like the key to having, well, not the key, but for me, I enjoy, like, I don't know how to preface it, but automation was what
Autonomy?
I realized in automation for things to happen automatically. My morning routine, my night routine, all that stuff should be automatic. I shouldn't have to think about it. I shouldn't have to decide.
You like autopilot?
Yes, I like to autopilot as much as possible. That leaves me more time and room and everything to be thinking and making decisions about the stuff.
Let me know if that's wrong. That's actually like one of the like the traits you'll find in like highly successful people.
Yeah,
Like they like structure their life or the mundane things in their life like they got that like shit like
I've
covered
only
to the
read,
side.
like, half the book so far.
That was like your entrance to say, yeah, they form habits. Like it's the book you're reading. That was your.
Well, yeah. No, well, there's 7 habits in the habit in the book.
Well, that's
I
what
haven't
habits
read that
are.
far.
It's like building automations. Habits are automations, essentially.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
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 But yeah, I feel like this is
We should get sponsored by that book. What the author is.
yeah, but that's all the time we have for today.
Yeah.
That's us, folks. That's not us.
Next time we'll give you 30.
Fucking A. That's us, folks.
Next time we'll give y'all 30 more minutes if Nuveaux isn't so fucking late. But yeah,
so yeah.
This was great. I feel good about this.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This episode I feel great about too. This has been In the Biz.
Oh my God, you
Right.
thought.
Oh shit!
One.
Oh shit!
He's fired. He's fired. He's fired. He's fired.
This has been Eavesdrop Shark. You're
never gonna see him here again.
He's
getting more rejections
We did
right
outro.
now.
Your own.
I looked at Tanny and I don't know, just
Butthole